remember being a kid and I'd wake up early in the morning, right? Like 7 a.m., something like that. And I'd be tired, so tired. I wanted nothing more than to just put my head back down on the pillow and just sleep for another few hours. But I couldn't, right? I had school that day. So you wake up, you're groggy, you want to sleep so bad, but you think about it and you're like, I can't. I have a test today. My parents will lose their shit. They'll get angry at me. They'll get upset at me. All the reasons that I can't. So you don't, right? You got to get up. And it's a miserable feeling. You do it because it's the right thing often, or you go the other way and you're like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going back to bed. I don't care. But it's not really enjoyable because you know there's going to be consequences. You know you're missing something. You're going to fall behind. You're going to get in trouble, whatever it is. Neither is really a good situation. But I remember being a kid, and every so often, not often, but every so often, there would be these Saturday morning moments. So that same scenario would play out. But it took me a few minutes to realize, oh shit, it's Saturday. I actually can go back to sleep. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not missing anything. I'm not falling behind. I'm not going to get in trouble. It's all good. I can comfortably, guilt-free, go back to sleep and get exactly what I want in that moment. And it feels amazing. I remember it feeling like one of the best things I've ever felt, that Saturday morning moment. And I say that story because I think there's something in that. Talked about this before, but I'm a pretty firm believer that there's a part of our minds that is thinking just in the moment at all times. What can I do to maximize pleasure, minimize discomfort in this moment? And I think it's kind of our natural default mode. I think it's our subconscious, and it kind of probably roots back to trying to kind of survive and just protect us and all those things. But that's what it does. It just wants in that moment. So in that moment, when you wake up, it just wants to sleep because that would feel good right now. And it would be a lot of discomfort to wake up. But there's another part of our minds, the conscious part, that thinks more long-term, that has somewhat better perspective and can think more strategically and big picture. And it's the part of your mind that's saying, like, I know it would feel good to sleep right now, but you can't. You got to get up. You got to go do the stuff you got to do because that's what life is. You got to go take care of those things. And you want to take care of those things, right? It's going to help you get better grades and achieve what you want to achieve in life or whatever it might be. So those two things are kind of in conflict often in our lives. But in that Saturday morning moment, they align. It's one of those few moments where they're completely aligned. That kind of in the moment, almost hedonistic pleasure that the base thing that you just want and desire in that moment aligns with your conscious mind, which is the longer term, more, big picture thinking. There's no disagreement there. There's no conflict. And I think in many ways, that should be the goal in life, right? Sure, Saturday morning moments are great, but I think you want to scale that big picture and try and set up your life, set up the things you go after, the things that give you purpose, the things you spend your time on, the goals you set, to be like that Saturday morning moment where it does feed that base subconscious, thing that brings you value and pleasure, because that's good. We shouldn't just dismiss that. We shouldn't just assume that's bad. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's good. But find something that feeds that, but it also feeds your long-term, more big picture thinking, your conscious mind that's thinking about, your purpose overall. If you can find something that aligns those two things and gives you that feeling, I think you're in pretty good shape.